What's up, everybody? This is D Daily, and I'm talking the Dark Knight Rises review, the true Dark Knight Rises review from a true believer of Batman and knows everything because I read everything about the comics. You want the truth? D Daily got it, baby. What's up, everybody? It's your host with the most, D Daily, here to talk a little bit about Dark Knight Rises. This is spoiler free. I'm not going to say anything to be like, oh, you asshole, why did you ruin the film for me? I'm basically just going to give you my true opinion, being a diehard Batman fan, like I said before, and I'm going to tell you where it sits in the trilogy. I'm going to tell you how Bane's voice was, how he compared to the Joker, which we all know by now he can't compare it to the Joker, so stop comparing them. But I just want to start this off by saying something to these so-called critics about this film. Alright, I understand you go into each film trying to compare it to its predecessor. That's fine. I get that. Part 2 is better than part 3 because. But when you go into a film and don't give a chance because The Dark Knight Rises doesn't live up to Dark Knight simply on the sole factor of the Joker, that's being a little biased. I would think. And how do you look at art fully? You're not comparing the whole overall film. You're just comparing, oh, it doesn't live up to Bane doesn't live up to the performance of the Joker. Which, by the way, Bane, to me personally, made the movie. And you'll see why. If you loved Downfall, Nightfall, then you'll be like, wow, they did Bane justice, because it's like I'm reading Nightfall all over again. Bane makes this movie. You'll see why. Bane is great. His voice, unless you're deaf, I'm sorry, I didn't have a problem. Maybe because I saw it in IMAX. So this film has to be seen in IMAX. You got to see this film in IMAX. There's no other way to see this film. I'm not even considering seeing it in film quality. You know, I'm IMAX all the way. But overall, I will give it a B minus. You heard it first, a B minus. And here's why I will give this film a B minus is because it sort of, when you see it, you'll probably have the same understand. All right, let me rephrase. I'll give it an A minus. Sorry, I know everybody's all make up your mind, but A minus on the sole fact because I'm thinking about it now, and I'm going to go see it today for a second time. So I'll give it better, or maybe I'll like it even more better the second time. I give it an A minus because some parts some parts you feel that it was predictable. That's the one word that if you want to put anything to this movie, certain parts you'd be like, oh, I predicted that. Ugh. You'd be like, wow, that was that. Some of the predictable parts in this movie really will let you down. Like, damn, they couldn't do. We knew that already 6 months ago. You couldn't have switched it up. I know y'all got people from the studio on the internet every day. But for the most part, the movie is quite good. I mean, it's long. Trust me, it's long. But I say if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, which I'm not, but I know millions of people are, if you can withstand Lord of the Rings, you shouldn't have a problem with this film. performance-wise, Tom Hardy, he's the icing on the cake for me. I mean, the voice was different, unique. He brought I was really like, wow, like Bane is that dude. I mean, and for anybody that says this dude is small, oh, he doesn't juice up, oh, he has no venom, blah 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 bullshit. Dude is husky in this film. Not even his stunt double either. Dude is there's a scene where you'll see throughout the scene the dude is big. I mean, and I didn't even think Tom Hardy was that big because I know he's a short dude, but he looks. You get that sense of fear from this character. Like, I'll say this about Bane. One thing about Bane that the Joker couldn't do, I was never afraid of the Joker. I mean, I would be afraid that he bust a cap in my ass, but other than that, it were like you knew Batman was going to come out on top. Like, yeah, it's the Joker. Joker does not do karate flips and you know what I mean. He'll bust a cap in your ass, but he's not a real threat. This is the first villain that you could say is a real threat to Batman, and it really was. Anne Hathaway, she was cool as Catwoman, a different Catwoman altogether. She reminds me of the Arkham City Catwoman a little bit. I think they got their little material from that little game, epic game. Of course, Michael Caine as Alfred. He was. I mean, and it was sad to see that he loved Bruce, and it was really sad. And some people are making fun of that. Some critics are like, "Oh, that's kind of stupid." Well, he only was there from his birth till he became a man, until he lived, until Alfred died. So I can't see how that is stupid. You know what I'm saying? And another thing about what people are saying, where critics are saying, is, "Oh, it's too grim, it's too dark." I didn't really see that at all. I'm sorry, maybe for me, I saw more grimness from Schindler's List, and that shit got Oscars and nominated and Best Movie, Best Director, and all that stuff. So that's grim. The Holocaust with the Jews, and that's grim. This is fantasy, you know. I mean, it could happen. It's a fantasy in the realm of happen. It could be a Psycho with one day maybe we'll do this plot. I hope not. But all in all, I really didn't see the grim. I mean, when you see it, you'll get the story of like, Bane is, this is an evil plan at the end. He's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? All in all, this movie is going to be divided, and that's a great piece of art. People ain't going to like this film. I'm going to tell you right now. People are not going to like this film. Even me, I was like, wow, this is really predictable in some parts. And I'm a diehard. Listen, I believe Batman. He's the greatest superhero of all time. Sorry, anybody else want to argue? You know. But people are not going to like this film. Some people are going to say it's too long. Which I almost agree. They should have just... But it's so epic. I see why he made it that long. Some people are going to say it's too dark, which I don't get that. Another critic, she's a female for the Associated Press. I think it's the one that's getting all the death threats. She said something that was completely stupid. Oh, the romance part of this didn't make no sense with one of the characters. If you know Bruce Wayne in the comic books, the dude is just getting ass. One night stands and all that stuff. So it makes sense if you know that character. Don't talk about a character you don't know about. Oh, you're just a critic and you review these movies. If you don't know that character, and if you don't know the source material about that character, do not speak on it, because Bruce Wayne is always, he's like the superhero James Bond. He's in that and then he's out. So I can see a chick coming over. Oh, Bruce, let me hear it. Next thing you know, he's banging him. Then I gotta go. I gotta be Batman. Look at the new 52 comic books. He's doing it in that. So I can't see how this chick was like, oh, the romance didn't make no sense. There is no romance. No romance. He only loved one chick, allegedly, and that was Rachel Dawes. I mean, he has 2 other baby mamas, Tatiana and Catwoman, but I can't see where they're coming from with this. She sounds like a moron to me, and now I know why. After looking at a video of her, now I know why she got all those death threats. Not to say that's a good thing, but on a serious note, my heart goes out to everybody in Colorado. I'm so sorry to the victims and then to the families of what happened. That guy, I don't even want to say his name. I know his name. He's a coward. He picked a night where it was supposed to be entertainment and it was supposed to be fun, and he picked a night because he knew people were going to go see this film. He's not crazy. No crazy person does that. No crazy. He would have surprised me more if he would have blew himself up to send a message. He's a coward. You know what I'm saying? Firing on men, women, men, little kids, a little baby. I don't know what the baby's doing there, but that's kind of crazy. But he's a coward. I hope, here's what I hope. I hope the parents or the family members, all 12 of them, their family, get the chance to shoot at his ass and see how he feels before he dies. It's only fair, right? That's a shooting squad. I think they should bring it back for certain assholes. But all in all, A-, great film. I'm not spoiling anything. You're not gonna like this film. You got to open up your horizons a little bit, because if you don't, stop letting yourself down by comparing it to the Joker. Nobody's going to be compared to the Joker. He's the greatest villain of all time. Go in with a clear mind. This is a whole new movie. It's a Batman movie, but it's a whole new movie. Stop comparing it to the Dark Knight. How I would rate them, Dark Knight is obviously going to be first. Then it's The Dark Knight Rises. Then Batman Begins. You got it first. I love y'all. Subscribe. Tell me what you think. Uno. 1. Batman Forever. That movie was ass, but I mean, just literally.